Hey everyone, welcome back to Supermarket Simulator once again. It has been a little bit since I last played this because I got busy playing some other games, which were a lot of fun. But I'm excited to be back and play more of this. And also, as I've talked about in a couple other videos recently, I was asking on a poll on my channel whether in the next year or starting now, people might want to see more involved edits in my videos, just because once I'm starting to sort of get closer to finishing up school, I'll have more time to do that, and I'll be able to put more time into sort of making my channel a little bit more professional, because up until this point, it's all just been stuff I do for fun. I have not cared about monetization or like a ton of growth or anything like that. It's just been like, I'm having fun making these videos. Some people are having fun watching them, so I want to make them. But people seemed interested in the idea of having slightly more editing, especially in games where there are periods where it makes sense to do sort of like time lapses or things to skip through stuff that normally would take a long time. And this game is going to be one of those, so you may notice those changes during things like when a lot of stuff has to be restocked or things like that. So that is something that I'm gonna be starting to work on. So let me know your thoughts on the new editing style, and if you haven't reacted to the poll on my channel yet, go check that out. Also, in my first video of Rusty's retirement is where I went into a lot of detail about sort of why I'm considering the changes that I am and sort of what's going on with that. But for now, I need to figure out what my specific goal should be for today. I kind of want to get a new license, but I also know that a lot of these things are going to take up more space, and I don't have a ton of space inside yet. That's very expensive. I think I'll try to get a license. I think some of these are fridge things, but I think most of them are shelves. This one, I'm pretty sure all of those are shelf things, so I think I'll get that one. They're the same price, so let me try to strategize where more shelves would even fit, because stuff is starting to get really crowded. But at the same time, the more things that I have to sell things with, the more I will be able to earn money faster to be able to get upgrades faster. Okay. Need to try and save as much money as I can, so I'm going to try and only get the inventory things that I absolutely need, but this feels like possibly a good time to start a time lapse, since the ordering all the new stuff usually takes a while. So I will see you once I'm done with all of that. that should be what I need for now. This is an absolute mess over here. But that's okay, because I have so many things to get. I'm getting stuck on everything like I always do. And I'm just gonna go ahead and throw these in here. They're gonna be empty for today, but this way they'll just at least show the people who are coming to the store that new stuff is coming, hopefully tomorrow, if I can afford it by then. We'll see. And I also need to make sure, I don't know why my sensitivity about turning this was so high. But I need to make sure that I can sort of see stuff behind it. I think this alignment is good because then I can kind of see the produce. People can still reach things, technically. It's a small gap, but that way at least it's not completely invisible if they were like flat facing the door, like lined up with the back wall. And so this way, lined up with the side walls, then there still some visibility, so that's the important thing. I think they've restocked enough that I can go ahead and open the store for today. And then I will actually help them with some restocking, because I am helpful today. Even though it seems like a lot of this stuff is already restocked based on the fact that they're going... What? Can they consolidate boxes now? Because that person just, like, teleported ice cream through the wall instead of putting the box on the shelf, which seems like maybe they were consolidating things. If they can do that now, that's awesome, and that also probably explains why my storage room is less completely crowded with tons of boxes with just like one thing in them. Right, okay. Sure, I go through black tea relatively quickly, and it's an expensive one, so that's a good thing to get. Alright, I think almost everything is already stocked up, so that's okay. I will get to it by just throwing everything in here for them. I'll go check on these, because these are fun and satisfying to put in. Alright. This game is so satisfying. I feel like I've said it before, but I think it needs saying again. I 100% recommend this game. It is so fun. It's so addicting. It's so satisfying. There's so much variety of products that you can have, and it's just so fun to be able to get all of the licenses and the upgrades and everything and just improve your store. And I think that my challenge that I made for myself of not taking loans makes it more rewarding for me, because I feel like when I've played in the past where I am taking loans, it's like, okay, well, I'm getting these things, but I'm just like taking out a loan that I'll have to repay back to do it. I'm not working really hard to save up for it. I'm just getting myself into debt for it. And I think that being able they better come restock these quickly, because there's only one out right now. But being able to just work for what I'm getting and save up and okay, good. And have that sort of sense of accomplishment is really, really nice. And I think that it's definitely more difficult than if I were just like, whenever I need it, I'll take a loan. Like, if I was doing that, I would have already have gotten the new license that I'm trying to get, and I would be already probably having more space expansions and everything like that. But because I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing this with my specific goal of not getting the loans, not licenses, it makes it kind of more rewarding when I am able to do those things. And that's okay, I see where the next person is. That's convenient. But being able to do that is just really, really fun and rewarding, because this game is not a very difficult game, and as far as I know, there's not really a way to, like, lose the game, because it's just, I mean, I guess maybe if you get into a ton of debt and, like, can't afford things, maybe you could go bankrupt or something. I don't know. I have never done that. But the game itself is kind of simple and easy in terms of just, like, you don't need to be a really skilled gamer to be able to do it. You just kind of can... This is so many watermelons. Oh my gosh. You need to restock those too. But being able to just, like, enjoy the game for what it is, just casually, and have it be pretty easy is fun, but also, that's not what I meant to grab, by doing this thing where I'm trying to not take loans, it kind of does add a little bit of a challenge to it. I forgot that I moved my light switch. And I think that that part makes it kind of extra fun to be able to sort of make things more difficult for myself without necessarily having to change a setting that would make it, like, forcibly more difficult. Because this is just, like, my own goal. If I ever really did feel like, okay, I have to make a loan to make, or take a loan to make progress, I theoretically could still do that. It's just, like, my own personal thoughts about it that are why I don't want to. But there's nothing in, like, the game rules that are keeping me from doing that. And so I know some games, when you change the difficulty setting, you can't really go back on that without starting the entire game. And so being able to just make sort of my own rules and my own challenges is really fun. And I think it also is helping to make it more more motivating, I guess, to try and be strategic about what I want to improve and how I want to... I keep finding the people before I have stuff to give them. I think that's the person that I need to give this to. But being able to have something where it's like, this is something that I have to really work hard for, and once I do, I want to be smart about what I'm prioritizing. It just makes it more fun than if I was like, I have a $20,000 loan. I can just buy, like, 6 things right now and do whatever I want. Because I theoretically could get 6 loans at a time if I save up a lot, but it's gonna be a lot more work and a lot more effort. I keep seeing these empty shelves that I know that I put there and thinking that I'm out of a lot of stuff. That's not why they're there. I'm just conditioned to be upset by empty shelves in this game. Yeah, this is the person. Okay. But I do think it's definitely a very fun game. Also, I think I mentioned this when this update actually came out, but this game now has multiplayer capacity, which I think is really, really cool. And I also know, I'm going to do this one first, because this is the person that I know where they are already. But I think it's interesting because there is another game that's really similar to this called Supermarket Together that was like the multiplayer version of this game, which you can actually play that one single player as well. And I haven't played that on the channel at all yet, but I hope to eventually. But it's interesting because this one now has a multiplayer version as well, and I want to try that sometime. I finally fixed my other computer after months of it being messed up, which means that I can get back to live streaming now, so I might try and do a multiplayer game of either this one or Supermarket Together over there, because I think that would be really fun. Which I might do either on Twitch or YouTube. I'm not sure, maybe both, maybe either. And even if I do it on Twitch, I always post the VODs from Twitch on this channel as well. So I'm excited for that too. It's been a long time waiting for my computer to be fixed, and I finally had the time to do that. This person is buying an interesting combination of things. But yeah, I think for sure this game would be very fun to do multiplayer. And I feel like it would also kind of help with the thing about sometimes the restockers work really slow. And if you have two actual people doing it, especially early in the game before you can get restockers, having one person keep an eye on inventory and restocking while the other does checkouts in like the very early parts of the game, that would be really, really useful. So I am really excited to play that multiplayer at some point. Also, Clothing Store Simulator recently released its full out of early access version, and I haven't been able to play that one yet because that's a Windows only game, whereas this one now can be Mac or Windows. But what that means is that now that my computer's fixed, I can play that again, which is very exciting because that is also a really fun game, and now it's fully released, so I'm curious to see what's different in the months since I've played it, or if there is anything dramatically different at all, because I don't really know for sure. I just kind of out of curiosity, when I saw that it fully released, looked on the games page on Steam, and it looks like there aren't different achievements than there used to be, so that kind of makes it seem like maybe they didn't change stuff too drastically, but it's still an interesting thing to look at. So I cannot wait to get back. I might actually record some of that later today, but I definitely love these simulator games a lot more than I necessarily was thinking that I might. I mean, I saw what they looked like before I started playing them, and it was like, those look pretty fun, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know, like, it's working in a store, but, like, what's so specifically special about that? But then now that I'm playing it, as I talk about all the time, I love them. They're so fun. I have many things to buy here. Pepper is really expensive. Okay, I'm gonna try and buy 2 of each, just because that way I'll have enough in storage, and then I need to stop these people from working for a second so that I can order these without them taking all my boxes away. Okay, let's see. Flour. These are also not going to be arranged at all because the flour, or actually, hang on. This actually does make sense. Wait a minute. Also, who left this flour here? That was not me. What I'm gonna do, because this one actually does make sense, I'm gonna move the salt, because then this flour can be with the other flour, but also then the salt can be with the pepper, which makes sense. And if I put them on this side, then they're also facing the condiments, which kind of also makes sense, because these are sometimes used as a condiment rather than a full-on ingredient in cooking. So, okay, perfect. I don't want to fully rearrange where everything is yet, but that one actually does make a lot of sense for 2 reasons, so that seems like a good investment of time to do that. Alright, now that that's done, I can let these people start working again, and then hopefully have enough for everything else that I need to restock on. Okay. Also, I've already completed all the checkouts I need for every cashier I can ever get. I want to see if there's something here that says that they were consolidating. It doesn't specify, but I think that is what they were doing the other day. I definitely will need more of them soon, but I'm hoping that this is enough for now. I also need to price everything before I forget to do that, because that's very important, especially for these ones that are new. Okay. That might be a little bit high, since this is so cheap anyway. Pepper is so expensive. I haven't bought pepper in a long time because I just have some that's lasted me a while, but is pepper that expensive in real life? Because that seems really high. This one is also really expensive. Okay. I think I'm gonna change this to 1. I think I can get away with that, maybe. That's already kind of cheap, so it's a little bit hard to tell, but that would be great if I can, because I want to earn enough to start saving for another space expansion, because it's getting very, very crowded in here. We'll see. I have so many different things now. It's wild to look at like this. I mean, even just looking at it in my store when I'm walking around too, but okay. That should be all of those. Now, what do we need? I have a lot of those for some reason. I don't know why I have so many. I know I have more carrots in the back. Okay, I think that should be okay for now. I think if there's anything else that I'm running out of, I can order it later in the day. I just wanted to get the things I was running out of most on the shelves. But this should be working for now. Most things look pretty well stocked. I have the tall vantage point to survey everything at once, which is always fun. Even though now this shelf is kind of getting in the way of seeing what's behind it over there. But if I go this way, I can see most of it. This is very fun. I'm looking forward to getting to, hopefully, pretty soon, get, these people are identical, to get more space in here, because for sure this is getting really crowded. And also I really want to get a space where I can put all of the produce together, because this kind of segmented thing is a little weird. And then I also want to then put a second scale there, because I think that that would be really useful. And then I can also get another helper person, who then I could also potentially get a self-checkout as well, because that's something that people seem like they were kind of wanting. So lots of decisions and things to prioritize and save for, but I'm excited about it. I should potentially actually help them with stuff. These are already full. Never mind. I want to get rid of this box because there are only 2 left. Everyone loves my store. It's great. I have so many customers now. It's wild to look back on how I would get like 20, 25-ish on the first couple days, and now I'm getting like 50 or 60. I wonder if that's how actual stores work, like if any stores sort of log how many people are coming in every day and then use that as sort of like a metric of success. Because that would be kind of interesting to see the data for an actual store, especially if it's not like a big name brand store. Like if, I don't know, like Target comes to a town that didn't used to have a Target, I feel like a lot of people know what Target is. So they'd be like, oh cool, we're gonna go there because we know what that is and we know we can get stuff we want there, and now that it's here, like, we should go there. But if it's like a small business where it's like no one's really heard of it, it's just this new store, it would be interesting to see sort of, probably they wouldn't get too many people at first, but then as people started to either sort of develop a loyalty with the business or tell other people about it, they might start to get more people coming in. That would be kind of interesting to see. Because I feel like that's kind of what my store is a little bit. Like, my store is not a big name brand thing here. It's just a supermarket where people can come get whatever they need. I'm getting stuck on stuff. But people, at first, only a few people came in and I only had a few things, and then as I'm getting more things, and also there are people who definitely seem like they're coming back because I keep seeing them, but also everyone looks like everyone else, so who knows if they're just thousands of the same people who look identical or whether they are people coming back. But I'm definitely getting more customers, which is satisfying, and I enjoy that. The storage unit right now is an absolute disaster, but that's okay. This person needs a lot of cleaner. That's kind of strange. Okay. Also, yay, they're buying the new rice. So far, it doesn't look like a ton of people have bought that, unless the restockers are just being really on top of it, but okay. I haven't seen anyone complaining about expensive stuff, but then again, I also haven't really been looking, so I've been more focused on all of the restocking things. Getting a lot of last minute online orders though, so that's kind of nice because then it's toward the end of the day when things are slowing down inside anyway, so I can take what I need for it without worrying too much about whether it's gonna take stuff other people need. There's another. But yeah, this is gonna be a lot of stuff to deliver to everyone, but also, you may notice that in this video I have not been driving my truck, and that is because I'm very bad at driving the truck in this game. And so for things where it's like I need to just go take someone something, it's a lot faster for me to just walk around myself, because if I were better at driving the truck, it would work for me to drive and it would be faster. But as it is right now, I'm really slow at it because I'm really bad at it. So I'm kind of saving the truck stuff for when I need to be getting large trunkfuls of things for inventory purposes. Oh wait, that's not where the flower is. I put it over here. That's where, okay. I feel like this will be good timing too, because I have 3 more orders after this. There are still people in my store, and then this will also give the restockers some time while I finish up this. And also, I made a good income for buying a new license today, so that's always very, very exciting. Imagine this person just putting Parmesan on their cereal, and that's an amusing visual. I wonder if anyone does that. Like, if anyone legitimately likes cheese so much that they put it on cereal. I know several people who really, really like cheese, but I don't think that they would do that. But like how some cereals are dusted in powdered sugar or something, like what if you took a cereal that isn't overly sweet, because I feel like that would make it weird, but if you took something like just plain Cheerios or like Wheat Chex or something, and put like Parmesan, like powdered Parmesan on it, like would that be good? There are tons of cheese snacks, like maybe they would just kind of taste like that. I feel like putting it in milk then would make it taste weird, but yeah. I don't know. I am in a little bit of a weird mood right now, and just now I'm really curious about that. I don't know that I personally would do that, but that is an interesting consideration, I guess. And this is definitely a good thing that I have more of these to do so that my restockers can catch up, because these orders are pretty big today, so I'm taking a lot of stuff off the shelves. What weird meal is this person gonna make? I don't think this is that weird. I think they just want some french fries and ice cream with mango and coffee. I feel like mango and coffee would not be very good together. But also, I don't like fresh mango that much anyway. I like dried mango. And I also don't really like plainish coffee. I like coffee if it's sweet enough that it doesn't taste like coffee, because the coffee flavor by itself is kind of overwhelming. But I also don't drink coffee very often, just because, like, I've talked about this kind of often before. Also, I should double check where I'm going. Because I never know how caffeine like that is going to affect me, because it is always a complete gamble. And right now, I talked about this in another recording that I just did, or for yesterday, I think, but somehow I have completely lost the ability to sleep more than like 4 hours a day this week, and I don't know. It might be because like finals are coming up, and so I have a lot on my mind and a lot that I'm working on and a lot of stuff to like be kind of stressed about and deal with. But it feels kind of like I am sort of tired, but then I have been going to bed and then waking up like 4 hours later and then just not being able to sleep again. And so I've been up in the very early morning, like multiple times in the past week. Like I'll be in bed by like midnight, which is usually really early for me. And then I will still be like awake at 4 or 5 or like 6 at the latest. And it's kind of weird. I'm definitely trying to use that time to be productive, especially because I have so much going on, but I definitely don't know why that just started happening out of nowhere. Like, since Monday, it's been kind of weird, and I don't really know what to do about it. It's not like a problem, it's just I don't really know what's going on. So that's weird updates about that. Okay. Yay, nothing was expensive and everything was found. That's always the goal, especially after getting a new license, because sometimes that's not the case. And I ended with a pretty okay amount of money for how much I spent. So, I think this is a good stopping point to leave this episode here for now. Let me know what you thought of the editing, and hopefully you liked it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!